Welcome to the back nine at Sheep Ranch. If you missed part one, I finished the front nine at 4 over, but by this point of the round, I am completely exhausted. We just finished playing a round earlier that day, and this would be our 6th round in 3 days. So your boy's feeling like he has needles on the bottom of his feet, but the driver stays hot. We find the center of the fairway. This is a 7-iron and the ball is well below my feet. And as you can see, I just can't seem to pull the trigger. I'm having a hard time feeling comfortable over this ball.
Oh, I knew that was going to happen. I just feel so uncomfortable.
I should have stepped off and just went through my pre-shot routine again. I didn't, and the result is a pull hook. I do wish there was ways to practice shots on uneven lies. You know, when the ball is above or below my feet, I struggle to hit the ball solid. But that was a pretty good pitch shot there. Looks like we got ourselves a rainbow. I guess I was very enamored by that rainbow because I forgot to record my putting. I would go on to 2-putt that for bogey. So we move on to the 11th, driver in hand. And you know what that means. Finding the fairway. If only I was as confident with my irons as I am with my driver. So we're here with a 5-iron laying up. And that is a flushed, hooked stinger, just how I drew it up. I seem to be pretty happy with that result. This third shot is about 130 yards into a breeze, uphill. I have 8-iron in hand. I hit this one really, really well. But we would come up just a tad short. Putting for birdie.
Gotta hit it. This game, man.
If there was one downside to my round, it was that putting was not up to par, so to speak. But that was a par. We would make that. Avoid the 3-putt. So we move on to the 12th hole. Got a driver in hand. We're sticking to the script. As I mentioned in the first video, fairways are extremely wide at Sheep Ranch, so it is not that difficult to find the fairway. And can we just take a second to look at just how cool this shot is? It looks like I'm hitting into clouds right now. And really, I'm just trying to distract you by how poor the shot would be. Pulled it way left, and we would pull this chip shot way left, and we would pull this putt way left. So I guess you would say I have a one-way miss, which is very manageable in golf. So that would be a bogey. We move to the 13th. The wind kind of pushes us a little further right than I would have liked, but we still find the fairway. You can hear the wind is picking up pretty dramatically. I actually vividly remember this moment because it was at this point where I felt the pain was a little unmanageable. I'm feeling a little bit like Tiger Woods. That third shot would go a little bit too long. I'm electing to go with the putter here, and that was a pretty solid lag putt. We would have a pretty nice look for par here. This is pretty much a tap in.
Oh boy.
You got a little testicle?
I'm hurting right now. Guys, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Now
You're close to the clubhouse.
I was really contemplating about ending it there. That's how much pain I was in, but we will soldier on.
It's not like soreness at all. It's like just one being on and then two, the blisters. Yeah.
There were so many blisters on the bottom of my foot. With the amount of rain that we've had, walking in wet socks for tens of miles is not good. We just could not keep our feet dry. And I feel like the pain really took me out of my element, especially around the greens, because I just wasn't really reading them by this point. I was trying to conserve energy. I mean, look, I didn't even point out that there's a rainbow in front of me. But, I mean, at least I did record the putts. We move on to the 15th hole, and I have to say the 15th, the 16th, and the 17th is the best 3-hole stretch at Sheep Ranch as we head back to the Pacific Ocean. The course layout is actually kind of crazy. There isn't as much land to put 18 holes on, so finding the tee boxes can be a little confusing, but marshals there are always doing a great job making sure everyone is where they should be.
Oh man, I got a fistful of mountains.
blustering winds can make you forget how to speak English.
A fistful of dirt in my mouth.
So we continue not reading greens by this point. It's just too much wasted energy.
I don't know what else to do, guys.
You are witnessing a broken man, ladies and gentlemen. If I was a car, I would have called AAA by now.
It's starting to hurt, guys. It's been hurting for a while. Got power through. I need a Snickers.
I'm just realizing right now how sad this all looks. So 16th hole is one of the great par 3s on the course. You could thank Core and Crenshaw for making these par 3s really short. I was only 130 yards. I was playing more like 160. I did actually take the time to read this putt, and I thought it was breaking right. It definitely did not.
Did not read that one well.
The direction may have been off, but the pace was pretty solid. So we put that one in for par. Move on to the 17th. We're coming to the home stretch. Driver in hand. You know what this means. I'm putting it way right.
Oh boy.
Way right. This hole is only 315 yards.
Imagine.
But this second shot is 190 yards away, which technically meant I only hit a 120-yard drive. So this is a 4-iron. And I have to say, this is as pure of a shank as you can get. I absolutely flushed that shank, if you will. If I had played this hole properly, I would have loved to show you the dead trees that were planted on this hole. A caddy actually told me they intentionally did that. Why? Who the hell knows? But it definitely brings a lot of character to this hole. And if I'm being honest, I am the living embodiment of those trees. Yeah. So we finally reach 18. 18th hole is a par 5 436-yard hole, so it is very easily reachable in two. I tried to crush that, and that was a low chaser, but that would run up pretty far, so I got about a 6-iron from 180 yards. The wind was definitely helping us here, and that was a solid effort. We're hitting into a raised green, and it got to the top but fell back down a little bit, so we're chipping on for eagle. And that was a really good chip. And we have this putt for birdie. I birdied the first hole. Let's see if I can bookend it with another birdie.
Oh,
And we pull it.
I don't care.
Someone send in the stretcher.
Oh, I've never been so happy for a round to finish. I don't know, about 2 days ago, maybe? Maybe. 2 days ago was worse.
My friends share in my commisery, but I played pretty solidly. I shot an 81. The driver stayed hot. The rest of my game went to shit, as to be expected. And this is only day 3. We have 2 more days left. We're playing Bandon Dunes. That will be the next video, the signature course. I can tell you right now, the broken man that you saw in this video, he is in full force in that one. We're in survival mode at this point, but we will not relent, mainly because we paid $225 for the round. So I will gladly suffer for your enjoyment. This is called Ken Sucks at Golf after all, and I'll see you in the next one.